I went to work the next day bright and early. I'm a general manager of a coffee shop, so a lot of our shifts start early in the morning. So I went there. I was connecting with a girl. I was talking to her and just telling her about my appointment with infectious disease the day before. I said, I'll probably get a call. So if I have to rush off the floor, I'm sorry, but I'll probably get a call around like 8 or 9 when the office is open. And she said, oh, no problem, no problem. And so going throughout my morning, and I'm getting like a phone call at 6, and I don't know the number, and I was dealing with customers, and so I couldn't, and then they left a voicemail, but I couldn't check the voicemail, and it's all in the middle of a busy work day. And then I get another call from this number, and I thought it was maybe spam or whatever. Again, I'm dealing with customers, couldn't answer, and then my boyfriend calls and texts me, and so then I answered as he's calling a second time, and he said, the doctors are calling me. They are trying to get a hold of you. This is 6 in the morning. Before any offices I would have thought were open up. And so he says, they're saying you're septic and you need to go into the ER. And then I'm getting a call from the doctors right as I'm still talking with him. So I click over and she's like, your blood work came back and you have strep in your blood and you need to get to the ER. Can you please get here as quick as possible? We're gonna call them and tell them that you're on your way so they can admit you. So I remember talking with my girlfriend that I was working with, and I said, so it was just us two, and we were waiting for another girl to come in, and she was coming in at like 8. And so I said, I can stay here until she gets here. And she grabs my arm and she's like, Kate, just go. And I was like, yeah, okay. So I bounced out of there. I called the girl who was supposed to come in at 8, and I just said, is there any way you can get there earlier? I have to go to the hospital. And she's like, absolutely, I'll get there as soon as I can. So it's just so funny what I think sometimes the lack of clarity that you have when you're in those crazy life circumstances. And in my head, I'm thinking, I'll stay until the next shift gets here. And everyone else around me is like, just go. None of us care. Go. And so I went to the hospital and they admitted me right away, got into the room, and then they got me on antibiotics. And they were like, you are very sick. I said, I know. I've been feeling like I was really sick for a long time. So they got me hooked up to IVs, got me on huge doses of antibiotics, and got me comfortable for the night. And initially the plan was, they said, we need to check your heart. This strep bacteria has a tendency to attack the heart. So we're gonna check the heart tomorrow and make sure that everything's good. Otherwise, we'll keep you here throughout. This is like a Wednesday. They said, we'll probably keep you here through the weekend, get you on those heavy doses of antibiotics, and then we'll kind of gather a game plan throughout the weekend of sending you home and how long you're going to be on these antibiotics. And you'll most likely be on an IV antibiotic for a long time until this clears up. But we just need to see what we're dealing with tomorrow when we check the heart. And I remember thinking, we figured it out. We figured out what this is. They still had no clue how I got this strep bacteria in my blood. So we're running different scripts and they're asking all these different questions of like, was it this? Could have been this? Could have been this? Did you have like a cut on your foot that never healed? Did you have this? And all of these answers, I was like, no, I don't, none of this. So, but I remember thinking very confidently and positively that I highly doubt anything's wrong with my heart. I'm so happy that they figured out what this is. I can't wait to be feeling better. And I'm sure I'll be home by Monday. No problem.